in the open day. And then in January, when we opened, there was a client of ours who had a problem. Their problem was that they've got 200 emergency rescue vehicles, and they've got a population of about 5 million people that they need to service, and they've got a total paper-based system. They don't know where the vehicles are at any point in time. A person will call a day later and say, I logged a call and said, I am in a medical situation, and it's 12 hours later and the vehicle hasn't come. So we sat together with a team and we developed what we call FortCAD. So this was developed in January when we opened. Introducing our latest innovation in emergency response, a computer-aided dispatch system for ambulance services. With our state-of-the-art system, managing ambulance dispatches has never been easier or more efficient. Our system integrates with cell phone applications and WhatsApp. So you can send a WhatsApp message to our WhatsApp channel or the WhatsApp number, and then it'll pick up your geolocation, your address, and then someone will call you and confirm the address and what is the emergency and dispatch the vehicle. So because of the short time we had to develop this, we developed it, but we use different APIs for geolocation because we don't have IoT devices that can track the vehicles, and we had a problem with mapping, so we integrated Google Maps and also did some changes to it because of the topography and the geographical location of some of the places that there was no information. And then we're able to, at the moment, we're building the two apps, the iOS app and the Android app, so that it can also have an app. And basically, this is what it does: say goodbye to long wait times and slower response rates. The FortCAD system, emergency responders can be on the scene in no time, saving lives and making a real difference. I won't go to that, so that's basically sort of our user interface there. And then it's a platform that links, again, to the crew in the actual vehicle, in the emergency vehicle. And then now the next stage where we want this system to focus on is the integration with the Medifort system, so that as the patient is being transported, there is data that is being collected, and then that data is then transported to the hospital, so that the patient care route from the point of the accident or the points of emergency up until the hospital is shorter, and there's data that can be used for that. The goal of the app is to reduce the waiting time for an ambulance from 1 to 3 hours. I was being very conservative. It's normally 5 to 7 hours sometimes, to 15 minutes. The project is going to be a 3-year project again. We're looking at 400, as we said, ambulances that we're going to be having, and with a population of 11 million. There's an ambulance, you see? Yay! And then that's our team. Again, our potential partners are eHealth Tech, research universities, software and app development, artificial intelligence, and then fourthly, we forgot to add there, your IoT, telecoms tech. Our partner has got a telephony interface. So what we did is that we went to a partner, one of the biggest in South Africa, telecoms, and we took our back end, which is the app, because we didn't have time to build the front end where the person, 911, how can I help you? And then we integrated that, and we're using their telephony and the system when the call is stored in the cloud, and the call is recorded, it's routed, and it's measured in terms of the severity of the case, and then the vehicle is dispatched. So we've got a partner. I'm not closer to disclose the partner. They're one of the telecoms in South Africa. So we're using the interface, and then we are the back end of the app, and then we deliver a turnkey solution basically to the various healthcare authorities that then use this system. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you a lot.
Questions? I need a question from Nokia. I'm going to ask her. I need a question from this section. Or somewhere there, you haven't had a question. There's just one question. I'm sure you want to know something about South Africa. Yeah, yeah.
Well, do you think that it's really feasible to reduce the time from 1 to 3 hours to 50 minutes?
In a place like Paris, which is in a town, you can, because they've got different locations that they do have. But because in the rural areas, it will take at least 30 minutes, because the roads and sometimes the architecture of the city, or it's rural. So there's no roads, there's no markings. A person who calls will only say by so-and-so place, by this number, but there's no addresses. But in a town, you really can move it to 15 minutes.
But considering this, we are not talking on the scope of this project, or you want to involve also the route construction in this project?
Yes, correct. And also the 15 minutes is the logging of the call. We want the call to be logged within 15 minutes, because you've got also a long waiting period, just waiting to get someone to speak to and say, this is the problem that I have. So now we want to make sure that when a call comes through, whether it comes through WhatsApp or the app or on the telephone when someone is calling, we want the call to be able to be logged within 15 minutes and know where in the system the call is going to be routed to. Because what the IoT thinking that we want, the vehicles are spread throughout the city. They're not in one station. So we want the system to be able to locate what is the closest. He's at the back, you are here, and then he's in the middle. So we want to know which vehicle is closer to him, which vehicle is closer to you. Because you'll find that we're taking a vehicle that is closer to him to say it must come and pick you up. But there's a vehicle that is closer to him. So we want the technology to speak to each other and do geolocation and be able to say, this is the vehicle that is 2 streets away from you. There's a patient, go and pick that patient up. So we want also that technology to be included there, because now it's a paper-based system. So the person will first say which vehicle is available, and they'll have to check which vehicle manually, which vehicle is available, and then there's no geo-locating or technology that is driving the process. It's just a manual process at the moment. Thank you so much.